Hello, thank you for clicking onto this tutorial on how to draw a cute girl. First, we're going to start off with simple shapes, so we can actually think of the pose in different shapes. And today we're gonna do a normal, simple standing pose. Yay! Okay, so now we're just gonna add some hair and, a face, and then we can just draw on a dress with floofy sleeves. And we're gonna add, a bit of detail. And speaking of detail, just go in, add a bit of detail and stuff like onto the hair and the face and everything. And here we go, this is what you will get. I totally showed you every single step of the process. Now go on, draw your characters. This is totally gonna help you, especially with every single pose and every situation you're gonna want to draw them in, because it's a tutorial. Hey guys, it's me, Sprinkle Girl. Thank you for sprinkling onto this video. Today I want to talk about something that annoys me and that could be really useful for your art journey to know, and that is that tutorials suck. Okay, so basically I'm going to discuss why I hate step-by-step drawing tutorials, and then I'm gonna give you a few tips that might help you in your art journey, and yeah, that's gonna be the video. And I want to start with being angry about tutorials because I hate them so much. Now, this isn't about, Laventer's draw this, not that videos and educational videos that give you art tips and different things to do. I'm talking specifically about step-by-step drawing tutorials because they are literally useless, and that took me way too long to figure out. The biggest mistake I made is just looking up how to draw a girl or how to draw this. That is literally the worst thing you can do, because the first thing that's gonna pop up is a step-by-step tutorial. You click on it and, well, look, there's a circle, there's a line, there's the jaw, then there's drawing more circles for the eyes. And then you follow it and you're like, I don't know why this doesn't look the same. Well, maybe because you have no idea why you're even putting those shapes there, and maybe because you're drawing random lines that you have no idea how to draw because it has no form and it is literally constructed from lines, not shapes. Yes, I am too passionate about this, and that's because it can really, really harm your art journey. It makes you think of art in the wrong ways. You shouldn't be drawing a circle because it looks like a circle. Why are you drawing a circle? You have to think about it. Realize. And these tutorials do not explain that. If you watch a tutorial of how to draw a cute bear, you saw how they where they put the circles, where they put the lines. You can draw that bear now. But what about in a different pose, in a different facial expression, in a different situation? You can't. It's constructed of lines and shapes, but you don't know what they mean. That's the problem with these tutorials and why they're always so useless. The reason you draw the circle is to indicate where the upper head is, where the skull is. Then you draw the bottom part, the jaw, where the jaw is. Then you draw the half circles on the sides as ears. You put that cross shape to show you what the angle of the face is and where to put the facial features. That's what it means. But did you hear that? Did you see that stated anywhere in the tutorial? No. So do you know this? No. So will this ever help you if you want to draw the same character in a different pose? No. This is the reason I always wanted to make tutorials and advice videos. I just never felt qualified to do so. And I don't think you guys should be taking advice from me. I mean, if you want me to, then tell me. I definitely will. And I will give you information that could actually be useful. Not that the artists making the step-by-step tutorials aren't great artists. They are. They know what they are doing. They know why they're putting the lines and shapes there. They're just not telling you. So when you redraw it, you have no idea what the heck you are doing. And even if they did, you don't want to do anything step-by-step. You just don't. You want to know the concept of how to make a character's shape figurement, how to make guidelines, what kinds of guidelines would help you out the most, how to stylize, color theory, perspective, all of that stuff. But that's not gonna really work if you're following step-by-step tutorials. The reason for that is step-by-step tutorials aren't for artists. They aren't for beginners learning how to draw. It's so you want to draw something for like a birthday card, but you're not an artist and you really don't care about learning art, you just want to draw something for like present. That's when you follow tutorials, because you're not trying to do any long-term art things, you're just doing one little thing and you want it to look cool. That's the point. So you shouldn't follow them if you're trying to learn how to draw. Now that I've taught you to never watch a step-by-step tutorial ever again, what should you do? Well, at this point in time, the best thing I can recommend is watching Lavender Town's Draw This Not That videos. That's literally the reason I know anatomy. And sure, the first time I tried to, watch and like follow Lavender Town's, style and like vibes and stuff, it looked horrible, but I learned from her. That's how I started getting into my style. The way you get into a style is you copy someone else's style and then you start adding styles from like other people and you change it and like how you like to draw and what you like, and it'll evolve into its original thing. Like, I don't think my style looks that similar to Lavender Town's anymore, but it used to be a copy of that. Something I have to recommend is learning color theory. At this moment, as you can tell, I am trying to give the character on the right a blush. Now, first I started to give her red blush, but obviously red on blue is just not it, right? It doesn't look like blush. So I gave her orange instead, because orange is the complementary color to blue. And it looks so pretty and homey and just, it looks really nice in my opinion, and that works perfectly for this kind of like random fantasy skins, to give them like as blush the complementary color. And yes, when you blend complementary, aka contrasting colors into each other, they become very, very desaturated and muted, which means it's super hard to make it work. This took so much fiddling to blend it out in a way that didn't look like trash, but once I did it, it looks so much better than if I did something else. Something else I have to recommend is stepping out of your comfort zone. See, my comfort zone is drawing cute girls, as you can tell by what's happening on the screen. I am literally turning a toy I have made with my mom in 2020 into a character. But to be a good artist, you have to step out of your comfort zone and learn how to draw things that you don't really enjoy drawing as much. And I actually enjoy those things a lot now. Like one time I took time out of my day to study how to draw cats and dogs, and now I can draw animals too. Remember that struggle of me not being able to draw boys? Well, hell yeah, now I can draw boys. So, practice. Since everyone seems to be concerned about finding their art style, I am going to literally just tell you pieces of my art style that make it mine, so maybe I can kind of sort of help you or something. First of all, I'd say the sharpness and like the shape language, because as you can tell from the second character's hat, which is not currently on screen, the character on the right, it has a lot of sharp edges and like is a very iconic shape. I like to do a lot of that shape, kind of sharp, that kind of thing, because it looks cool in my opinion and I really like it. Another thing I think defines my style is the shading. I do a lot of hard shading and I do a lot of bright colors, and like my shading is also very, very bright, but I also add some soft shading in there, and I think that's pretty interesting too. I also find the way I draw faces, even though it's similar to a lot of other styles, to be pretty unique. Hair is definitely something I find to be unique about my style, and of course my incompetency in drawing hands, meaning that I never draw hands normally and I always draw these weird kind of hands. And finally, let's see how much I've improved in the past few years of drawing, shall we? This obviously isn't all of my art, just from the sketchbooks I bothered to get, but to be honest, I literally don't have recollection of doing half of these old ones. Like, what is this? Like, huh? I definitely do not remember doing these ones, for sure. I mean, I remember that one, and this one. Not that one. Oh my, yeah. What the Okay. These are quite the artworks. I remember these. This is where I was getting inspired by Lavender Town, but obviously horrible artwork. I'm kind of embarrassed to show all of this, but you know, it shows my improvement, right? It looks like I always like drawing elves. This was a more recent one, like this is this summer. So as you can see, there's a lot of improvement drawing a lot of fan art, but I mean, I always drew a lot of fan art. And you know, my style is definitely different, and I definitely have a lot more good drawings to go off of. I mean, you don't know how much cringe I died of while looking at the old sketchbooks, looking for something to film. All of my, you know, emotion studies and stuff. Yup. Normal stuff for my sketchbook, character designs, and yep, Rusky. Remember Rusky? There's a villa. She's hot as heck. I kept on drawing her, and pretty soon, like right now, yes, this is my current sketchbook. So here are my characters and things I have literally currently been drawing. Look, I can draw dudes now. Aren't you proud? And yeah, this is where I'm at. Definitely improvement. I hope you enjoyed this video and had a wonderful day. Now I have to go and study because I did this before studying like every child would. Goodbye!